Today is August 24th, and I want to give an update of what's been going on. As you see, I've been taking the floor by myself. I have jackhammers. I have a large jackhammer and a small jackhammer over here. I'm having to take up the mortar bed and try to recover what tiles I can in order to relay later. It's pretty bad in here. Let me show you a couple of them that anybody who's a tile man will be rather upset with. As you can see, that is a hollow spot and they clearly screwed up my floor. It's depressing. So I'm supposed to be spending some time with my daughter right now since today's my first full day with her. And instead I'm doing this. I had a comment earlier from somebody, and I want to thank you. I didn't clarify, this is not grout. Actually, this is mortar. So that is mortar in here, and it is hard. So you would have to do some work in order to fix it. It's a lot of problems. So basically what I want to have to do is take almost this whole entire floor, going through my whole hall. I'm going to try to show you what all I have to do. All the way down. I'm going to leave the dining room alone. For the most part, there's only a few lips and we don't spend a large amount of time in there. So it's disappointing, but I'm willing to live with that piece. I'm going to show you my kitchen. And please excuse the mess. All of this is going to have to come up because it's wrong. And this is where my mother spends a large amount of her time. We love cooking. And I'll show you my kitchen. It's a mess right now, and I do apologize. So it's a decent sized kitchen, but I just want to show you that all of this is going to have to come up and be reground. I don't know if I just stated it a minute ago, but I basically provided all the tools to this company for them to do the work, even down to the mud mixer. You see that right there? That's tile snapper. Bought it myself. Jackhammers, bought them. Diamond grinders. Hey, I've got a large diamond grinder with a vacuum over there. Bought it just for this job to make sure it was done correctly. So I had all the tile removed, everything I possibly could to make sure it's 100%. Last video, I think I came across a little bit more upset than what I should have, and I just want to show you a little bit more what they left. Excuse the trash. All of our trash cans are full of tile and junk right now, so we're actually having to use other ones. That's wasted mortar right there. That's about 3 bags of mortar. And anybody who knows how much a large format mortar costs will understand that this is very expensive. So out here, what I'm currently doing is I'm using my belt sander and a diamond grinder to refinish the tiles so I can reclaim them so they can be reused again. This probably took me, I would say, maybe about an hour and a half to do this stack here, and I'm having to work a little bit harder on these. I need to get another belt that won't scratch the porcelain in order to refinish the tops. That's some of the ones I'm working on. We were able to save a majority of them, but the thing is that, let me show you, they have grout, not grout, but mortar on the top, so they all have to be scraped and sanded again. You see, they just left junk everywhere. Excuse my patio. It's been a little bit chaos around here, and I've been in and out of the hospital. My wife was in the hospital for 2 months. My daughter's been in the hospital since June 18th, and we just got her out today. Or yesterday. I just wanted to do a follow-up video and thank y'all for the comments of looking at what we have to do. And it's very disheartening when people do this to your own products and just don't want to do anything correctly. And I know there wasn't some clarification whenever I was talking about the recipe, but what I meant by the recipe was the actual ingredients on the back of the bag and how to follow the instructions. And I just want to show you what they did. Look at this. They actually just leave my mortar. They split the bags, and this is on my patio. I'm going to show you the size of my patio, And you know, it's got a lot of stuff on it right now because we've been moving around and moving stuff in and out of the garage. We're painting the entire upstairs. I'm redoing basically my entire house, and this was going to be just a really great showpiece. And right now I can't show you those things, and it's disappointing, and I feel really depressed about this, and I'm trying to get it fixed as quick as I can. I'm going to go back in here and show you a little bit more. One thing, remember what I was talking about on the other video about the mortar in the grass? Well, my mother cut her foot on a piece of mortar that is in the grass, and I had the lawn people yesterday out here, and I don't know how bad it damaged their lawnmowers, but they're not very happy. And I want to show you what we're living in. I didn't really show you everything because I was really embarrassed. My refrigerator is in my living room. All of my furniture, my office equipment, everything, I mean, printers, you name it, servers, all of my equipment is in my living room right now. Photography equipment, it's covered in dust. There's no place for it. And I didn't mention that I actually got yelled at by this company for asking them for 5 minutes to help me move this furniture. My wife had a C-section and had to go through several surgeries, and they actually would rather have my wife and my disabled mother to help lift furniture rather than spending 5 minutes and 3 grown men to help me move furniture from one room to another. So it's very disheartening, and you know, I didn't want to come across as this jerk of just a giant jackass, and excuse my language, but I really want everybody to see how bad this was, and I want to see if I can find something a little bit harder so y'all can actually hear a hollow tile, because you know, people don't understand hollow tiles when you actually see them. And I'm going to look around. So this is hollow, and what the other thing is really bad is when you see tile and you do it, you want to make sure that the tile is actually, you go with the trowel and you go through it all the way one direction, you slide it, and there's an actual mathematical amount that you slide it back and then forward, and that basically pushes out all the air to make sure that the tile, mortar, and the bed will all merge as one with no air. So what happens is on these tiles, if you roll anything on these as they're going, a lot of them are hollow on the side. These are not right now, but I've actually rolled over on the edge that they had to redo again, and the tile was hollow. So that's a lot of the things that I'm seeing in here. So if I even roll anything on these, it's gonna break them all apart. I can't roll anything heavy. I can't roll a dolly, and that's what we did. We put a dolly across it that had tiles so that we can do more work, and we broke 2 tile, and they've had to redo it. So I mean, all the ones you see taped on here are supposed to be the ones that they rebuilt, and they're not done correctly. It's just it's embarrassing for anybody who knows this. It's unacceptable. I mean, look over here, and like I said, this is a follow-up video, and I mean, this bed is way too thick. I mean, look at it. They're using my tools. They don't even have their own tools to do any of this work. It just doesn't make any sense of why they would do this kind of work. Why they would do this to somebody. I mean, I actually had to teach them to David, the husband. He didn't even understand on how to set offset 24 by 12 tile. It's 8, 16, 24, 8, 16, 24. That way you see his pattern, you get that nice pattern going across it. His wife, he said, oh, please make sure my wife comes. She's the only one who knows the pattern. It's like, you can't do basic math. I mean, it's embarrassing when you actually see this work that you can't do this. This is basics. I mean, look at this over here. I mean, I don't know how to describe horrible, but man, this is bad. And I mean, the only thing they had to do was bring their bodies here. I gave them trowels, I gave them the tools, the buckets, the mortar, everything. Said, please follow my recipes. And they can't even do that. So I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you for the comments. I'm going to upload this to YouTube and any other place I can. I'm going to try to link it to the other video, and I'll try to put it on Facebook, guys. Thank y'all.